One of the guys that was over at partnerships at TikTok, a black dude, he just went over to Tubi. Pause for a second. Let me give the Tubi story real quick. So Tubi, everybody knows what Tubi is, especially black culture. So you know all those movies that were going on Tubi? Those movies that were going on Tubi had a requirement, a minimum budget requirement to be on the platform. So let's say, hey, if I wanted to get my movie on Tubi, the minimum budget that your movie has to be was maybe $50K, $25,000. Okay. And then you can get your movie put on Tubi. Black people did that for years and years and years, right? Okay. Then Tubi just did a rebrand. They did a brand new rebrand. And then guess what happened? They raised the amount of money that your production has to be to put a movie on Tubi. Wow. So now your production, the budget of your movie has to be $500,000. Oh wow. $1 million to get on Tubi. So now black people built up Tubi, and now you got to shoot better content to put your movies on Tubi. But here's the part: the guy that went over to Tubi, he just got over there from TikTok, black dude. Guess what he just did? He did a deal with Mr. Beast. He just did a deal with Mr. Beast.
So after
I'm not saying Mr. Beast is not an incredible person to get. He is the #1 video streamer on the planet. Don't get me wrong.
But out of all
the people, he could have started with 10, 15, 20 other creators to do content with over at Tubi, but he just announced, I'm doing a deal with Mr. Beast. And by the way, Tubi's owned by Fox Corporation.
Right. Absolutely. Wow. That's my point. And
here's the bigger point to the conversation that we have about black media is that what we blow up Tubi, and then Tubi makes revenue for Fox Corp. What does Fox Corp do with that money? They take that money
and
reinvest it in Trump.
Yeah.
Or programs programs or agendas that work against
us.
It's the same thing that I said with Clubhouse. All the black people on Clubhouse raised $100 million at $1 billion valuation, did nothing for black people. Guess what Clubhouse did right after the election? The investors in Clubhouse, Andreessen Horowitz, A16Z, they hired Daniel Penny, the young man that killed the other black young man, Jordan Neely, and hired him to be an investor at A16Z with no investing experience. The only reason they hired him is because he killed Jordan Neely. He has no experience of investing in tech startups. But A16Z, right, took Daniel Penny and said, we're going to teach him how to invest in tech startups because he killed Jordan Neely. And black people still sit over on Clubhouse. And that is and that is the thing that is like, yo, I get it. Like, you don't understand that the money that is being generated, those guys are taking that money and putting those into agendas that work against black people.
Yeah.
And we sit on these platforms and we don't see the train coming down the tracks because we're too busy doing Jet 2 holidays and posting memes, and we're doing the Chris Brown challenge right now. Yeah. And I understand I want to do them too.
Yeah.
But the foundation has to be laid of where are we going to go, where are we going to build community, where are we going to have those conversations. And then more importantly, on top of that, the reason why I used equity crowdfunding for fan base is because I didn't want to make this personal success. I didn't want to make this about like me just being because all those other people that own the platforms, there's like 10 people and they worth billions and billions and billions of dollars. Yeah. The reason why I said, no, go invest. So you can own part of the platform and scale it up.
Yeah.
You can have equity in this platform and scale it up.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I did this. It's not because individual success is dead. No shade to none of these conferences or these people that bring people on stage that said, I made it and you can make it too. That serves nothing for the black community. Individual success from the black community is dead. It is not going to get us out of the wealth gap. It's not going to pull us out of the wealth gap. So because what all it does is it creates a pool of wealthy black people that really align more with elitism and tend to be over on the side of in a lot of cases things that work against black people because they're not hooked into the problems that we're hooked into. We're not hooked into that stuff.
Right.
So it's like, I get it. I can show you how to make, bro, we need to be, I said, if we want to escape the black wealth gap, we have to be investing in tech companies that leverage black culture to survive. So anything that you can think of that needs black people to work, which is the music business, which is DJ and music culture, which is social media,
Mm-hmm.
if we don't own those infrastructures collectively and scale them up to hundreds of billions of dollars, I don't mean $1 billion or $2 billion. I mean 100, 200, 300, 400 billion dollars. Because remember, Africa is about to get on the internet.
Yep.
They coming on the internet. 60% of Africa is under the age of 29 years old. Once they get the internet, that is 2 billion people, Black people, that are going to be on social media. And whoever owns the infrastructure to the platforms that have those people are going to make billions and trillions of dollars.
And we can do it. And here's the thing, just like we did with when we were with the Win with Black Women, Win with Black Women initiative, when we were working on getting Kamala in office, I was on one of the first, I think it was the first phone call. It just, to see the numbers, and we were able to see the numbers just rise as the number of women who were getting on the calls. It's just like, wow, we do know how to mobilize. We do know how to set an agenda. And I say we know how, yes, we've seen historically us do it, but right now we've not seen it in that way. So we were able to see, just watch the numbers go from 1,800, 18,000, 50,000. We were able to see it. So my point, Isaac, is that this is the same urgency we had then is the same urgency when we talk about the media, the talent and media. That's the same urgency we need to have now in getting everybody on fan base so that we can have, we can have our entertainment. We can have our social media fun. But the main thing is we have to get our information to our people, and we have to get our stories told accurately to our people, particularly right now in the state that we're in right now with this administration. And going forward, this is a late call.
Yeah.
This is a very late call. We should have already done it. It shouldn't take for the government to come into our neighborhoods to start pulling our sons and our daughters out of cars for us to say, oh, wait a minute, we need our own platform. We need our own media. No, it shouldn't take for us to be dead lying on the street. It shouldn't take the administration to begin censoring media companies for us to say, oh, we need our own. This is a late call. This is urgent. This is now. Download fan base now and start putting your content on fan base now. Doesn't matter who. Isaac owns it, and whoever, I don't even know the background of it. You know, whoever else, it doesn't matter. This is where we need to live right now. That's what's important.